I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. Oh, no. Yeah, it's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to right, get another legacy.
If you gotta do the shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, sold your seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It ain't that they don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Starting one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
Whoop, whoop. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite. Before I came to campsites, I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped out of Hummer. Just like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UPK. One West, UPK. One West, one West, one West, UPK. One what? UPK. One what? UPK. One what? One what? One what? UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, all I say is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.
Fake love, real hate.
One West.
But we set apart, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you there, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. Ooh, you can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. Fuck a fake friend, show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that UPK, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, urge you up to put that work in. Same niggas that was on the block putting that work in. Abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the churches. Was supposed to save our soul, instead they led us to the hearses. Backstabbed and betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family ain't family, so-called friends switch sides on you. Crackers take a knee on your neck, whisper and die, boy. So I stay strapped with the Kaepernick, that's the firearm. Gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here lurking. If I don't know shit, then I know one thing for certain, look. They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you there, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you. They hate you when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you there, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
I say fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching your every move and never give motivation. Situational friendships get way with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather you keep your distance, be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear niggas than house niggas with notes on me. Get a shirt off my back for devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that's trustworthy if you ain't in no black. Ranked up, I give 2 fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice from me, I'm bred different. Was never one to die, just bullshit, I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits, I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code. Israel law, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga. Chill.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you there, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
All right, Most High Christ, we back now. Salakia for that. Got notes everywhere. Had to make sure I was Wob. If you can hear me all right, let me get a 1W in your chat. If you can hear me all right, let me get a 1W in the chat. Here. Get a 1. Oh, we got 1W coming through. Most High Christ. All right, with that being said, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana since 1969. We have been teaching the truth of this Bible, that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indigenous people are God's chosen people. And in that very same Bible, the colonizer, the oppressor, the reign of terror on the earth is the white man. It's the devil the Bible speaks of. Goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite group. We're also not affiliated with any Christian organization. If it is not the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, it's not the truth. And they lying to you. I guarantee they lying to you about something. They lying to you about something. That's just the truth of it. You might not want to hear it. Nobody want to believe it. Nobody wants to listen to a black man, especially a black man saying something different or adverse than what this kingdom allows. Can't be no black man out there saying, hey, these damn devils is wrong. You can't do that. Now you can say what they allow you to say as long as you in lockstep with what they with the allowed or allotted, disagreements. You can vote or die. You say shit like that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get up there and tell the white man in his kingdom that he's a devil the Bible speak of, and this Bible ain't got nothing to do with him. You tell him that, you're gonna have a problem on your hand, and we've been doing that since 1969. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you sign in, city name and state. City name and state, you want to throw that in the chat so we can properly address you, and also that you can get credit for being in class tonight. This is the Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan Qadash, or the holy tongue. Lashawan is tongue and Qadash is holy, or set apart or separate. The holy tongue. Now we learn the Assyrian and the ancient Hebrew in here. Just because a lot of our records are going to be in that Assyrian Hebrew, and it's important that you know both. It's important that you know both. It all goes back to our heritage, our culture, and who we are. And it's extremely important that we learn or relearn these things that were taken away from us. You know what I'm saying? Now, you may like the debates. You may like when Captain Azaria beat up on people all week long. You know what I'm saying? You might like to hear, General Muhammad break down the scriptures like they've never been broken down before. You know what I'm saying? You may love to tune in on Wednesday night to hear Captain Natazan the Shah go through these scriptures, load up that clip, and just unload and bring them out to you vivid, live, and in color. But don't neglect or don't forget or negate the fact that our language is very important as well. Our language is very important as well. So again, this is the Lashawan Qadash, where we come to learn our language. We here every Friday. If it's not me, it's the illustrious Officer 1000 Matazah Quran. Every now and then, Officer 5000 Yerushalayim will grace us with his presence. Held this class down forever in the day, solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? So we try to do our best to keep it going. So again, the water for everybody joining. This class here, we do a little bit different than some of the other classes. We actually have a link inside of the chat where you can log on and come on screen. With the language is very important. We're able to talk to one another. You know what I'm saying? Talk to one another, pronounce it, hear it, speaking, and so forth. So you can hit that link, come on screen. If you're a sister, you want to make sure that your head is covered, because we will be going over the scriptures. I'm going to make sure your head is covered. If you're a brother, you want to make sure that your head is uncovered, your crown is uncovered. If you trying to jump in these ranks, you know what I'm saying? You young man trooper, you need to be in all black boot, shirt, headband, war scarf, no white, no stitch or nothing. You know what I'm saying? White, no color, all black. You know what I'm saying? Dressed up in your uniform, ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we're gonna do it like that. And if you're not in the school, maybe you're just a spectator. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a spectator. Maybe your feelings got hurt this week because they took your right away to vote. So that's why you tuning in now. Most High in Christ, if that's the case, give you a hand. Most High in Christ, this is the beginning. You done took the red pill. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, you just want to make sure that you're presentable if you do want to get on the screen. All right, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump in it and get started. My Salakia, first and foremost, let me give a courtesy salute to all the Akim, all the brothers that's out there watching. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb, to all the Akim that's out there, and to all the Akwathian that's out there watching. Yahweh Shema, Alathan Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. You feel me? The water for you joining in, for you tuning in. Hey, yeah, let's get it on. This is the Lashawan Qadash class. What we like to do is start off first with our foundation, or the alphabet per se. Our alphabet is pictorial. Pictorial has deeper meaning. And we're gonna go through there with any language that how you start, that foundation, that's how you learn to talk, put the words together, pronounce them, and so forth. It all starts with that foundation. I love telling the story of when my boys were little, and at that time, leapfrog was big. I don't even know if they got any kind of educational stuff for the kids nowadays, because nowadays they just letting the kids do their own thing. They don't give a damn about them in the school now. But you learn that I and buys, by, ka, and by doing that, you're able to put the words together and make words, and then from words make sentences. And you know what I'm saying? And that's how it starts, and that's how we're going to start tonight. Let's see who we got with us so far. So far, we got Akwaf Ra'aya checking in, Most High Christ, out of Chester, VA. We got the Princess Tazarah, about to be very soon graduate. Princess Tazarah checking in. Shalom Ya Tawab. Shalom Ya Tawab, Princess. The water for you checking in. We also have Officer 1000, my brother Mataza Akara checking in as well from Chester, VA. Getting ready to go to Watermar. Getting ready to go to Watermar if y'all in the Richmond area. If you want to see it done live and in charge, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we'll be out there teaching tomorrow. We'll be all over the country teaching. You know what I'm saying? We're not your pastors. We're not your Christian church. We don't just sit back behind the screen. We're not no influencers. You know what I'm saying? We don't sit behind the screen just to do it, just to be heard, which you'll see with a lot of the people online, very disingenuous as far as teaching and educating our people. But they like the likes, like the views. They love the money. If the money gonna come, but for us, we do it because the Lord truly called us. And so we'll be out there tomorrow, Lord. But all the brothers will be out there all over the country tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, teaching to bring this wicked empire down. Bring it down as fast as possible. Let me get the screen up. All right. So shout out to Officer Mataz Akara. We also got Akwaf Adasa in the building. Y'all was Shamal Bashim Yawashah. Akwaf, always good to have you checking in from Norfolk. And we got the sister Kenyatta. We got Sister Kenyatta Shemayim checking in as well. Good to see you as well, sister. And anybody else, again, if you're out there, don't be shy. Put your city name and state in the chat. We're real nice. We're nice people. We don't hurt anybody. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We just honest. That's all. We just honest. So we're gonna go ahead and get it on and get started. Okay, I see what he was talking about now. It's got a new feature on here, Officer Mataz Zachariah. Grays out the comments once you've clicked on them. It can be a good thing or a bad thing, but okay, you'll see that when you log back in out of one. Most High Christ, they're always making changes to this stuff. If y'all haven't known, if you love social media, you've been on there for years, Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, so forth. You've taught the AI to do your job. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. AI been plotting on you the whole time. You know, taught AI everything about you, how to do your job, and so that's what's been going on. Little setup itinerary for tonight. Gonna be fairly basic. We're gonna read from Numbers chapter 31 and 41, going to Numbers chapter 32 and 35 in preparation for Avodah Shabbat for tomorrow. Today we got a couple of sentences we're gonna go over as well. We're gonna work those in. After we do those couple of sentences, pulling up the words in the Hebrew, then we'll go ahead and move on to the scripture. So it'll be a pretty basic night tonight. And if you have any questions, like always, just tune in and ask. I know some of the brothers and sisters like to know what sentences we're going to be working on first. So what I'll do is I'm going to put that in the chat as well. I'm going to go ahead and throw those in the chat as well. It's two sentences that we're going to break down tonight. The first sentence might just save your life. The first sentence might just save your life. The first sentence that we're going to work on tonight is keep the commandments and live. That's going to be the first sentence of the night. Keep the commandments and live. And the second sentence is another one that just may save your life. Another one. This is something that I heard when I first came into the school. And it's one of those things that so once you hear it, right, it sticks with you. Every now and then we'll hear some things, especially in here. You know what I mean? You got priests and prophets that's tuned in to the Most High. So, you know, you'll hear things in here that'll stick with you for your life. And this is something that Commander Junior Hanna has said on multiple times, and it's so important. It's so important with the right to vote being taken away and your pastors being exposed and your stars being exposed and all of these different things coming out, this stuff that we put so much faith into. You know what I mean? What you actually need, this next sentence is we need a black man in every black house. Scriptures talking about removing that strong man. How you take that strong man's goods, his possessions, his precious things, is by removing him out that house. And that's what they did. That's what they did to us. They removed that brother out that house. We were too strong after slavery. We were too strong with Jim Crow. We were too strong. All them damn lynchings, we were still just too strong for them. So they had to get us out that house. And eventually they did, through legislation, through money, financial gain, and so forth. They got us out that house, and you can look at the slope. We just started going downhill fast as far as our families, man. So these are the two sentences that we're going to be working on tonight. Again, keep the commandments and live, and we need a black man in every black house. All right, so those are sentences we're going to work on, and then from there we're going to move right into the actual scriptures for tomorrow. Again, I give everybody a little time to get up in here. Again, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Jump on up in here. This is the Lashawan Qadash. We don't try to ridicule you, make you feel bad. I never spoke English that well. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never spoke English that well. You know what I mean? So I have no shame in getting here learning the damn Hebrew, knowing that it was my language. There's just something about knowing something is yours. When you look at what our children are lacking, is an identity. A big portion or part of your identity is going to be the language that you speak. You know what I'm saying? And then all through our history, that language tells a lot about that people. You feel me? It tells a lot about that people. We are so much better than what they've told us we were, or what they've shown us that we were. We're so much better than that. And here we get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, for first thing, let's go ahead and get started. We're right at 7:28. We're going to start with our alphabet first. All right, you're moving slow. Why don't you moving slow for everything is closed? Don't do that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is start with our alphabet first. Let's go ahead and get that up. And we're going to go from there. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't be shy. Don't be shy. First one up is going to be the I. It's going to be I. You have I on your left in the ancient, and then you have I on your right in the Assyrian. That I stands for alap, or cow, or cattle. Alap, or cow, or cattle. A lot of the words and letters and characters, the scriptures, the metaphors and similitudes that's inside of the scriptures are based off of husbandry or agriculture or farming, because that's the type of people that we were. That's what we did. One of the things you will learn about these other nations, they've always had a problem with food. We didn't have a problem with food like that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have a problem with the wisdom that the Lord gave us. We didn't have a problem with food. And to be honest, if we were to follow these scriptures, we wouldn't have a problem with society or with one another. All of our problems derive from us following other nations. All of our problems derive from us going against what the Lord gave us to survive and to live. The things like the first sentence, keep the commandments and live. Everything the Lord gave us to actually live, we abandoned. And so now that's what you find. Now we're in survival mode, at each other's neck, at each other's throat, because we're in survival mode, depending on this damn oppressor for every grain of rice in the clothes, every stitch of thread on your back, depending on him. You know what I'm saying? When he never gave a damn about us. You know what I'm saying? So again, you'll see that all throughout the Bible. All right. Next one up. Hold on, let me pull this up. Be a little bit easier to manipulate. Next one up is going to be the Ba. It's going to be Ba. You have Ba on your left in the ancient, and then you have Ba on your right in the Assyrian. That Ba stands for Bayath or tent. Bayath or tent. Some of us lived in tents or dwelled in tents. All right, Bayath or tent. All right. Next up is going to be the Ga. It's going to be Ga. You have Ga on your left in the ancient and Ga on your right in the Assyrian. And that Ga stands for Gamal or camel. And you may be thinking, camel. I ain't never seen no camel on this side of the world. And that's because you don't belong on this side of the world. Or you didn't start out on this side of the world. Maybe that's a better way to say it. We all start out from that eastern hemisphere of the world. You know what I'm saying? All of us start from over there. You feel me? For us, our start is Jerusalem. You feel me? That's our motherland. That's our home, and camels are native to over there. So again, it's a reason why you haven't been. You got to go to the zoo to see them, because they've been kidnapped and brought over here. That's how we get to see them, because they've been kidnapped just like us and brought over here. But that God stands for Gamal or camel. Shout out Trooper McQuall Ya'Allah, Most High in Christ. Give that brother a hand. Trooper McQuall Ya'Allah. Always good to have that brother in here. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. Yabashim Shabrakatha. Next up is going to be the Da. It's going to be the Da. We get questions about the Da all the time. That Dawa Da. It makes them so mad when they see niggas rock that Dawa Da. The damn devil can wear that shield. The devil can genocide Gaza. The devil can, you know what I'm saying, do all types of atrocities all over the world forever. And they never question his identity. They never question how are these guys chosen people. But when you see blacks, Latinos, and Native Indigenous wear that holy seal of David, which is what it is, then all of a sudden this is a problem. And that's how you know we on the right track. That's how we know we on the right track. For anybody that's out there, if you part of the popular group, if everything that you're doing is what everybody else is doing and nobody has a problem with it, it's a good chance you're doing something wrong. Because that's normally when people are the most quiet. That's normally when you don't get a lot of pushback or a lot of resistance. You know what I'm saying? This is the Dawa Da. You have the Da on the left in the ancient and the Da on the right in the Assyrian. That Da, kind of like that triangle shape. And that's where we get that Dawa Da. It's just David's his signature, you know. That Da stands for Dalath or door. Dalath or door, like the tent flap, the door of a tent. That's what that Da is, all right? And again, we get questions about that all the time. Or they become scholars, Aqua Farah, when they see that Dawa Da. What about the star of Remfram? Most of them damn devils can't spell Remfram, but they say, what about the star of Rem? They're turned into biblical scholars when they see us rock this shield. And that's okay, because we're going to bring back the honor that it so rightfully deserves, you know what I'm saying, in here. We're going to bring the honor back to this holy seal of Zion. If you're ever trying to find it in the scriptures, it's called the Holy Seal of Zion. All right. I was just reading today. If y'all haven't, Captain Qadash. Captain Qadash got, I want to say 4 books now. I think it's 4, maybe 5 books that he has out now that you can find on Amazon. The one that I was reading today, where is it? The one that I read today was Issachar, son of Jacob. I don't know if it'll let you see it with the background, but Issachar. There you go. Issachar, son of Jacob. You can find it on Amazon. He had several books that he wrote. Issachar, son of Jacob, Reuben, my excellence. We come from the east. KJ verified. You know what I'm saying? We read in here. And one of the things that it was showing in there is how on some of the Aztec, some of the statues or so forth, the statue, they have like the earring with the Dawa Da on it, with a corded rope around it, and like the water underneath, but it's the Dawa Da that's on it. You know, you have so many different artifacts that they found that have linked and shown that the native Indians and the Mexicans here were all descendants of the lost tribes of Israel, right? So much evidence that the earth has produced over the years and over the different generations, showing who we are. If you weren't able to just look at these damn curses and tell. For me, when I first read the curses in Deuteronomy 28, I knew. And I said, hey, this don't apply to nobody but us. You know what I'm saying? Nobody but us. So again, if you all ever want to get any more information on that, Captain Qadash, I got, like I said, I think it's 4. He's in 4 or 5 books he has. I know I have 4 of them, but it may be 5 that he's written. Great background. It gives you a lot of detail. A lot of sources outside of just the Bible. A lot of sources outside of the Bible pointing and showing exactly who we are. They've known for a very long time who we were. It's just we didn't know, and now we're coming back to that knowledge. Next up is the Ha. You have Ha on your left in the ancient, and then Ha on your right in the Assyrian. That Ha stands for Hana or behold, look. Hana or behold or look. All right. Next up is going to be the Wa. It's going to be the Wa. You have Wa on your left in the ancient, Wa on your right in the Assyrian, and that Wa stands for Wawa or fish hook. Wawa or fish hook. All right. Matter of fact, let me see something. I just noticed something. See if I can fix that here. Can I fix that right there? Most High Christ. All right. So yeah, for Wawa or fish hook. All right. Wawa or fish hook. All right. Next up is going to be the Za. Next up is going to be the Za. You have Za on your left in the ancient, and then Za on your right in the Assyrian. The Za stands for Zion or weapon. Zion or weapon. A lot of us think that we lost a very important weapon these last couple of days. They done gutted the Voting Rights Act. There's so many of our folks online mad and upset and crying and looking crazy in the damn courtroom singing Negro spirituals, all in the courthouse singing Negro spirituals. Like that was going to change something. That was going to convict these devils. Like, you know what they is out there singing, y'all. Let's change our mind. Let's change our mind. Let's go. We're going to get these niggas rights to vote. It's amazing. They've taught us that was that's our weapon. That's not a weapon. You know what a weapon is? A weapon is following these laws, statutes, and commandments. A weapon is not eating pork. That's a weapon. That's a weapon for us, not eating pork, loving one another, preferring one another. You know what I'm saying? Those are weapons. Those are the weapons that this oppressor never wanted you to use. They don't want you to use. They don't want you to follow the commandments of the Most High. You know what I mean? Because that makes you strong. That allows you to live. They'd rather you just survive and keep them rich and wealthy and in power. All right, so this is Zion or weapon. Zion or weapon. Next up is going to be the Cha. You have Cha on your left in the ancient, and then Cha on your right in the Assyrian. That Cha stands for Chawama'ah or fence. Chawama'ah or fence. All right, Chawama'ah or fence. Fences are very important. Keeps the wrong stuff out, and it keeps the sacred things in. We don't have a fence around our community. We don't have a fence around our children. That's one that I just remind one of the next videos I want to do. I didn't know that so many of our children were missing. I didn't know that. Our children, I think they say our children are about 13 or 14% of all the children, and about 40% of all the children is missing. 40% of all of the children is missing. And when our children go missing, they don't get the same alerts or the same attention or awareness as when other white kids go missing. And in order for us to protect our children, we got to put that Chawama'ah, that fence around them. All right. Next up is going to be the Ta. You have Ta on your left in the ancient, and then Ta on your right in the Assyrian. That Ta stands for Tanah or basket. Tanah or basket. All right. Next up is going to be the Ya. The Ya. You have Ya on your left in the ancient, and then Ya on your right in the Assyrian. That Ya stands for Yad or hand. Yad or hand. All right. Next up is going to be the Ka. You have Ka on your left in the ancient, and then Ka on your right in the Assyrian. You'll notice in the Assyrian you have two characters. All right. So where that red arrow is pointing at, that's the Ka that you would use if it falls at the end of a word. All right. If that Ka is anywhere else, then it would be on the one that's at the top. But where that red arrow is pointing at, that's the Ka you would use if it falls at the end of a word. And Ka stands for cop or palm. Cop or palm. And if you were to look at your palm, it's going to have a shape similar or line similar to what you'll see in that picture of the Ka. All right. Next up is going to be the La. It's going to be the La or Lamad or learn. Lamad or learn. You have La on your left in the ancient, La on your right in the Assyrian. That stands for Lamad or learn, which is what we're in here doing. We in here learning the ancient Hebrew, the Lashawan Qadash. All right. Next up is going to be the Ma. You have Ma on your left in the ancient, and you have Ma on your right in the Assyrian. That Ma has two characters as well, where that red arrow is pointing at. That's the Ma that will fall at the end of a word. Ma stands for Mayam, or water. Mayam, or water. All right, next up is going to be the Na. You have Na on your left in the ancient, and then Na on your right in the Assyrian. That Na stands for Nawan, or sprout. Nawan, or sprout. All right, that Na has two characters as well. Where that red arrow is pointing at, that's the Na that falls at the end of a word. All right, next up is going to be the Sa. You have Sa on your left in the ancient, and then Sa on your right in the Assyrian. That Sa stands for Samak, or establish. Samak, or establish. All right, next up is going to be the I. You have I on your left in the ancient, and then I on your right in the Assyrian. That I is the only character that doesn't have that I, that constant sound to it. All right, that I is the only one that's like that, that sounds different, doesn't have that constant sound to it, like all of the other characters do. I stands for Ayan, or I. Ayan, or I. All right, next up is going to be the Pa. You have Pa on your left in the ancient, Pa on your right in the Assyrian. That Pa stands for mouth. Pa also has two characters in the Assyrian. Where the red arrow is pointing at, that's the Pa that's at the end of a word. All right, I'm gonna throw this link in the clip one more time. I'm gonna throw it in there one more time. So again, if you are able, I think that's the right link. No, this is it. That way, if you are able, you can jump on up in here. All right, you can jump on up in here. That way, Aqua Frying got to throw that cap in there. Throw that cap in the chat. You know, I throw the cap. We're gonna throw another link up there. All right. Again, if you're available, you know what I'm saying. You want to jump on. You feel me? You want to jump on if you are available. All right. Next character is going to be the Tazah. You have Tazah on your left in the ancient, then Tazah on your right in the Assyrian. It also has two characters where that red arrow is pointing at. That's the Tazah that falls at the end of a word. Tazah stands for Tazad, or side. Tazad, or side. All right. Next up is going to be the Qua. You have Qua on your left in the ancient, then Qua on your right in the Assyrian. That Qua stands for Quam, or rise. Quam, or rise. And then you have the Ra. You have Ra on your right in the Assyrian. Ra on your left in the ancient, and Ra on your right in the Assyrian. That Ra stands for Ra'ash, or head. Ra'ash, or head. Very important for the sisters to have a head. Very important for the brothers to have a head. Oftentimes we'll fall into these manufactured arguments that come from the damn oppressor fighting one another, when the problem is they've removed the head from our households. Our women don't look at the men as the head, and our men don't look at Christ as the head. They follow Trump, or they follow Obama, or they follow that almighty dollar. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they into Freemasonry, so that's their head. They have all kinds types of things that's their head instead of Christ. And maybe they just got white Jesus as the head. A lot of us just got white Jesus as the head. We got the wrong Christ. You know what I'm saying? We got Caesar Borgia as the head, and wondering why we're losing our sons to sodomy. We got Caesar Borgia as the head, and wondering why we're losing our daughters to whoredom, losing the land to whoredom and violence and wickedness. Because of who's the head, who's in charge, who we're following. All right, so Ra'ash or head. Next up is going to be the Shah. It's going to be the Shah. That's Shah on your left in the ancient, Shah on your right in the Assyrian. And then Shah stands for Shan or tooth. Shan or tooth. All right. And last but not least is the Tha. We got Tha on our right, left in the ancient, Tha on the right in the Assyrian. And that Tha stands for Thaw or mark. Thaw or mark. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this, close this on up. All right, so again, we got a couple of sentences that we're going to go over. Yep, I want to say that I did make a change. We're going to go over our subject pronouns and all that good old stuff first, but just for the ones that's already out there working, again, the sentences that we're going to be going over tonight. First one is going to be keep the commandments and live. And the second one is we need a black man in every black house. All right. So if you want to be working on those before we actually get to them, that's fine. But otherwise, we're going to go through them. We're going to go through them, pull them up, search for the words, and we're going to put them together. You know what I'm saying? Like we do. All right. So what I'm going to do, like I said, we have the subject pronouns and all that good old stuff that we're going to pull up. I'm going to go ahead and pull everybody up on screen that's in here. I'm assuming this is going to be it for the night. That link is still in the chat. But we're going to go ahead and get it on. The person I see back there is Aqua for I. What's going on?
Shalom Yahweh Shema Thun by Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Shalom Yahweh Shema. Look, it's me now. Yahweh Shema Thun by Hashem Yahweh Shah. I remember about a year. Shalom Yatawah, my Shalom Ka. Or why Tha.
Shalom Yatawah.
Most Iron Craft. About a year ago, boy, them sisters get up on the screen and you see the sweat just dropping. Like, oh shit, here we go.
So like I said, it's sweating because I don't have half these words in the notes.
Nah, but that's all right though, because it ain't like that no more. Now up there and look, y'all do a great job, and that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. How's everything going?
We just trying to get ourselves together for this Met Gala prom we got going on tomorrow.
I got a celebration coming.
Coming up here because she getting the dogs. She gonna ask
that's
you.
Okay. Right? Take her. That's okay. Take her time. Take her time. If Storm want to come to class, so the actual graduation is tomorrow.
The prom is tomorrow.
Oh, Slocky. The prom is tomorrow. The graduation is because that's when the festivities is next week. That's right. Okay.
Concert.
Right. Most High Christ prom is tomorrow. I know Officer Matai Zachariah got them things loaded up just in case he got to go ride.
Stay ready.
Got to go ride. Y'all call me if you need me. I don't mind riding too. So that's all right. Most High Christ. And speaking of the future graduate.
Shalom Yahweh Shema Thun by Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Shalom Yahweh Shema Thun by Hashem Yahweh Shah. My Shalom. I asked you first this time.
Shalom Yatawab.
Shalom Yatawab. Shalom Yatawab. What's going on, Storm? Storm back there say, I'm going to class tonight. Ain't nobody gonna stop me.
She's hiding under the desk.
And what she doing? She had Most High Christ. How you feeling?
I'm Twab. I got my nails done.
I see. Getting close to the time. What you got on them? I can't see what you got on them. Like you got something fancy on.
I got a heart on them.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't get your name in Hebrew on them. All right, Most High Christ. I feel you.
Oh, I have my dress down here, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Say no. I would never understand sisters in their nails, but it's okay because I don't have to win. It's all right. Let's see this dress and see how it match up with them nails. It's all right, Aqua. Let me see what you got. What you working with? Okay, Most High Christ. That's a nice color scheme. That's a nice color scheme. Well, we're very proud of you, Princess Tazarai. We're very, very proud of you. Yandaba, we're very proud of you. I hope you have a great time tomorrow. Don't nobody got to get hurt. You have a great time tomorrow.
I'm trying to get on camera.
You have a good time. And you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get down there. We can all celebrate. All right. We can all get it in for your graduation. But we are very proud of you, though. Aqua Fadessa said that is a very pretty dress. She said that's a very pretty dress. Most High Christ. Pretty dress for a pretty sister. And we are very, very, very proud of you. All right. We also have Aqua Tharapa. Are you with us? I'll see you back there. You with us, Aqua Tharapa? There she go.
I don't know what's being shared.
Shalom Yahweh Shemar Alatabashim Yahshai.
Shalom Yahweh Shemar Alatabashim Yahshai. It's good to have you with us as well. And like I said, if anybody else wants to join, that link is in the chat. If anybody else wants to join, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come and learn your language. Like I said, it'll be a pretty light night tonight. This will be a good night for you to come on if you is shy. It's going to be a fairly light night tonight. We're going to break down these two sentences, and then we're going to jump into it. You know, so it won't be nothing major. It won't be nothing major. I know everybody was ready for all some 1,000 Mataza cry. Come on up in here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do my best to fill in tonight. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it won't be too major. It won't be too major. I think we have two very good sentences that we can definitely use. And we're going to go from there. We're going to start with, first thing I want to do though is go through, again, the subject pronouns. I call those my pre-lessons. Let me find that. We're going to go through that. And we're going to get it on. We're going to get it on. A little refresher also on one of the words for the sentences is a word that we actually went over before, that we don't use so often. But we went through it and we were saying like ma kasar lakam. You know what I'm saying? Remember, so that's to kind of give you a little help with one of the sentences. That kasar, that was one salakia, khawasar is one of the words that we were using before. Just to kind of help you out with one of those. All right. So what we're gonna go with first? Where's my pre-lesson at? There we go. We're gonna pull that up just to kind of go through those. All right, Most High Christ. I'm pull this up so I can actually manipulate it, change it. All right, so we're gonna start with our prepositions first. Our prepositions go before a root word. When we're looking at that Bible, especially in the blue letter, when we're reading it in the Hebrew, you see a lot of the words kind of grouped together. And they're grouped together because they have prepositions for them. They got subject pronouns attached to them and so forth. It's the same way that we talk. All right, it's the same way that we have a tendency to shorten things up, put them together, group them together to make it more effective communication. Just how we talk. All right. So these prepositions, one of the ones that we use all the time is ba Hashem. You hear us say that all the time in the greetings when we salute and greet one another. In the prayers you're here, ba Hashem. And ba Hashem means. Actually, I'm gonna ask you, Aqua, what does ba Hashem mean?
Salaki, sir. And Ba is in, the Ha is the, and then Shem is name.
All right, Most High Christ. It's a two-part question, though. Second part, what does that mean?
In the name of the Most High.
That's what you said first time. But what does that? What does that actually mean, though? When we say it, the Christians think that if they be in there, Jesus. In Tennessee, when they took this right to vote away, right, they was all in the middle of the courthouse. Jesus. They like they were going at it, saying the name over and over again, like that was going to change something. But we in here, we know what this Bible actually means. So when it says in the name, when we're praying in the name, what does that actually mean in the name?
Yahushua?
It is in the name of Yahushua. Princess Tazariah, you can help. Anybody that's in the chat, y'all can help as well.
I put that cap. I just didn't have the means to put my cap.
I'll try to avoid you having to put it out there. But y'all let me know. What does that mean when it says in the name?
It's a prayer?
It's part of the prayer. Does it mean to say his name repeatedly like the Christians say? Is there something magical or voodoo to it because you're saying in his name? What does that mean? What does that mean? In the world, right, the oppressor has something called power of attorney, right? The oppressor has something called power of attorney. So let's say you have power over attorney of somebody that you're taking care of. You can sign that document or whatever it is for them, and if not them signing it, but it is them signing it because you're coming in their name at that time, right? When we say that in the name, that name just means in the reputation of Yahweh Shah, what he did, laying down his life for us. So it's in his name, in his reputation. It's right in line the veins of what he did, that sacrifice that he made for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just because we're saying his name. A lot of people use his name and don't give a damn about the sacrifice that he made. They use his name and they don't know or they don't care that he died for blacks, Latinos, and Native Indigenous. They get up there and they say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus at the Klan rally. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of them saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus when they turned their vote over in Tennessee. So a lot of people use his name, but they don't know his name. They don't know what that means by Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah was that perfect son that came and did it the right way. So his reputation stands. So when we go before the Father, we're praying and so forth. We're praying in the name and the reputation of our King because he did it the right way. We living in we're upholding and living up to his name, his reputation. That's why we're asking for the Most High to intercede with the prayers that we're whatever we're asking for. It's in his name. Does that make sense to everyone? Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. I like to throw that out there. When I first learned that, it made so much sense. It made so much sense. You can go to any courtroom, USA, any time of the day, and it's going to be some sister, some auntie, some mother in there praying in the name of Jesus, because her son is about to go away forever. Her daughter's about to go away forever. So she's saying in the name, as if that's going to change something. When you come in the name of Jesus, you don't eat pork. Why? Because he didn't eat pork. That's the reputation that he had. You know what I'm saying? He didn't celebrate Christmas, even though they say it's his birthday. That's the name he had. That's the reputation that he had. He listened to everything his father told him to do. That's the name and reputation he had. And that's the name and reputation that's what we're supposed to be living up to. So again, I just wanted to put that out there. But you did a great job on that first part, that Ba Hashem. That's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it means. That Ba is in, that Ha is the, and Sham is just name, in the name. So that's what that means when we say in the name of Yahweh Shah. And here you learn that everything has a meaning. It has a meaning, and several meanings, and multiple meanings. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of grows on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a word, just to be a word, just for a word. It means something behind that word. Every brother and sister that has a name in here, your name means something. I keep saying we're gonna do a class on more names one of these days, and we are. But your name means something. You know what I'm saying? In Christ's name, Yahweh Shah's name meant something as well. He was gonna be our savior. All right. So back to the prepositions. Prepositions go before a root word. They go before a root word. Princess Tazawad, when we're reading that Hebrew, right? What's the difference between, or one of the differences between Hebrew and English?
Hebrew is the original, and English was created by
the
oppressor.
True. If I read that sentence, prepositions go before a root word. If I was reading it in Hebrew, it would be word, root, a before go prepositions. Why is that?
Because we read from right to left, while in English you read from left to right.
Perfect. Great job. Perfect. Give a hand. Perfect. Hebrew, we read that Hebrew from right to left. In the English, we read from left to right. So there's a very big difference when you're reading the Hebrew. If you don't know that, you're going to have a hard time reading in that blue letter Bible. You're going to have a hard time reading Hebrew if you're reading from left to right. It is read from right to left. So great job with that. I or I am is going to be I as a preposition. In is going to be ba as a preposition. Do is going to be da as a preposition. The is going to be ha as a preposition. The word and is going to be wa as a preposition. He is going to be ya as a preposition. Like is going to be ka as a preposition. To is going to be la as a preposition. And of is going to be ma as a preposition. So those same characters that we just went over, again, depending on where they're positioned at in that sentence, it's going to change the actual meaning of it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where it's positioned at. All right. Sha, before a root word, will be the preposition of pertaining to. All right. And in most cases, when you see that tha before a root word as a preposition, it will make that word a future tense. It will turn into future tense in most cases. All right. Next up is going to be our possessive adjectives. Our possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives just assign possession of that word. So when you hear us say, when Princess Tazarai asks, "Ma shalom ka," ma is what, right? What? Shalom is peace. Shalom means peace, not shalom, not shalom, but shalom is peace. And that ka at the end of it is a possessive adjective that makes that your peace. So she's asking, "How's your peace? How you doing?" Which is something again that is accustomed to us. That's Black, Latino, and Native Indigenous culture. If you ever notice, you can be in a store and don't know nobody in there. It can be full of Edomites. They walk by, you act like they don't know. They walk by and act just as crazy. You'll walk by a brother or sister, and y'all kind of look at each other. And depending on if it's two brothers, they might just nod their head and say, "What's up? How you doing?" If it's two sisters, "Hey, how you doing?" That's our cut. That's just who we are. Now, a lot of that is going away now. With these newer generations, they're not taught that. That hasn't been passed down like it should. But at one point in time, that was something that we did. We are very accustomed to. All right. Again, so that after that root word, that possessive adjective was going to indicate possession. Ya at the end of a root word is going to be my. So when I respond to Princess Tazarai's question, I will say Shalom Ya, my peace is Tawab. We don't have a word for is, so it will be just Shalom Ya Tawab. My peace is good. Tawab is good. Shalom Ya Tawab, or Shalom Ya La'a Tawab. My peace isn't good. I'm mad today. These damn devils today. You know what I'm saying? Shalom Ya La'a Tawab. All right. Next up is going to be your. Your at the end, like I already went over, is going to be ka. His at the end will be wa. I was saying his peace. It would be shalom wa. That would be his peace, not shalom, but shalom wa. That would be his peace. Her peace. Shalom ha would be her peace. All right. Our peace is now. Our is nawa. A good one for nawa that you hear all the time in the prayers is abanawa. What does that mean? Who could tell me what abanawa means? We hear that all the time in the prayers. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Abanawa. What does abanawa mean? And if you're in the chat, you can type it in the chat as well. What does abanawa mean? See if I can type it in the chat real quick. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Dash. We hear that all the time in the prayers.
Salakia.
What you got, Aqua Fry?
Is that our Father?
Our Father. Give her a hand. That's exactly what that is. Abba, a father. Nawa, our father. Our father. Another good, more proof or more evidence that this Bible isn't for everybody, because everybody doesn't have the same fathers. Everybody don't have the same fathers. I don't have the same fathers as Trump. My daddy didn't give me no $10 million to go splurge on and make something of yourself. Y'all imagine that, Aquafry. Your dad give you $10 million. You know what? You just go and make something of yourself. Princess Tazara, you getting ready to graduate. Officer Mataza Akara coming at. You know what? Here, that's 15 mil. Just go ahead and make something of yourself. It's kind of hard not to make nothing of yourself. $15 million now. You know what I'm saying? $15 million, $10 million. You can make a fool of yourself, and you can still bounce back. You can make a whole bunch of things. So we don't have the same fathers. You know what I'm saying? As them. Imagine that, Aqua Tharapa, your mother, your father say, you know what, Tharapa, look, I'm gonna give you $10 million. Just go ahead and just make something of yourself. We don't have the same fathers as them. You know, this is how you know that this Bible isn't talking to everybody. It's not talking to everybody. It says, our Father who art in heaven, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim. You know what I'm saying? We got one of them in there. We're gonna see. It look pretty good. Look pretty good. Nah, look pretty good. I'm almost tempted. I'm ready to say 99%, but I don't know. Look fella well. Look pretty good. But we're gonna get to it. Aqua Fried, first one on the draw with the sentence, and that's keep the commandments alive. Keep the commandments alive. Next up is gonna be the your. Your as a possessive adjectives will be come. Your feminine plural as a possessive adjective would be con. Their masculine plural would be ma, and their feminine plural would be na. All right. So again, by assigning those at the end of a word, this is how you assign actual possession of that word. Then you have your subject pronouns. Your subject pronouns: I, me, you, he, she, we, they. Your subject pronouns. You know what I'm saying? These are the way that you pronounce these. These will fall at the beginning of that word. Not like your prepositions, but these are just your subject pronouns. I, my name. You know what I'm saying? My name. I could say Atash, Atasham. It would be my name. I mean Salaki. Atham Sham. Salaki. I wouldn't put a thought there, but that I in that I would be Anya. You know what I'm saying? Anya. What's a good word? A good sentence I could put together with I. I can say I rest or I sleep. Anya Shabbat. You know, but that I would just be the subject pronoun. We say that all the time when we're saying the prayers or we're saying the greetings. We say shalom ya salakia, shalom Yahweh Shamar al-Tha. You know what I'm saying? May the Most High watch over you, that you that's in there. All right. For he, it will be Hawa'ah. For she, it will be Haya'ah. Most High and Cray. It look pretty good. Definitely got something to work on. They look pretty good. All right. For she, it would be Haya'ah. For we, it would be a Naknawa. We is a Naknawa. That's how you would say we. We is a Naknawa. You or you all would be a thumb. So for a good example, Aqua Thara Pa'a. If I was addressing a group of brothers, right? If I'm addressing a group of brothers, would I say Barakatha or Falaki? If I'm addressing a group of brothers, right? Would I say a Barakatha or a Barakatham? Which one would I use?
Salakia, you use Barakatham.
Okay, most high Christ. What if it's a group of sisters?
You use a thon.
Oh, well, see, she on it. All right, so if I'm talking to a group of sisters and one brother show up, your son show up. I'm talking to a group of sisters and your son pop up, and now I'm talking to him as well. What would I use now?
Baraka, Salakia, Barakatha.
A Barakatham.
Barakatham, sir.
And it would be the Most High Christ. Give her a hand. It would just be plural again, and it would be a thumb because it's a brother there. All right. Most High Christ, good job with that. You or you all, again, masculine plural will be a thumb. That's as many brothers as there. You or you all, feminine plural will be a thun. They, masculine plural would be hum. And they, feminine plural would be hun. All right. Now, as far as these subject pronouns and the words that are in Hebrew are going to be the masculine or feminine. And you'll find that in most languages. You don't have that in English, but in most languages, most of the Latin languages, they're going to have a masculine or feminine characteristic pointed to it, right? And depending on if that's a feminine word or a masculine word will determine how you will pluralize that word, all right? And you can pluralize a word if it's feminine by putting a ha at the end or the waf at the end. And you also can pluralize a masculine word by putting that yum at the end of it. All right. You have a question, Aquafra?
Salaki, sir. You mind if I step away for just 5 minutes? I need to answer a call.
No, you two up, do your thing.
The water, sir.
What's on Christ? Do your thing. All right. That's just me and you, Princess Tazara. We're gonna knock it out. Now, have you started working on the sentences as well, or la?
La.
Okay.
It's you, me, and Onyx.
All right, me, you, and Onyx. Most High Christ. That'll work.
Salaki, sir. I could do my questions real quick before I call. I just need to check on my father.
No, you too up. Yeah, no, do what you gotta do. You too up. You too up.
Don't do okay.
Yeah, you two out. When you get back, we'll go back over them. But yeah, it's no spread. You got your answers in the chat already. All right, so I'm gonna take that off screen. All right, so we had a couple of sentences that we're gonna go over, right? So we're gonna do the first sentence first. The first sentence that we had. Let me see if I can put it up on screen without showing you the answers, Princess Tajara. See if I can put it up without putting the answers up there. Hold on, let me cancel that. Let me close this out. We're finished with that one. Did we do everything that we're supposed to do? Actually, you know what? Before we even do that, there's one more thing I want to do before we actually go into the sentences, because one of the words in the sentences is going to be on something that we went over before. So let's look at that first. All right, so let me scroll up. We went over our question words, right? And we went over our question words, right? So we're going to go over, I just want to go over this again. All right, so you have your 5 basic W's, and this is how you form questions with these, right? With some kind of combination of these. You have who, you have what or how, you have when, you have where, and you have why. All right. So who, the way that you pronounce who is Maya. All right. The way that you pronounce who is Maya. What or how is ma. And you see us use that quite often when we asking ma shalamka. What is your peace, or how is your peace? That ma. All right. And then you have when. When is mathaya. All right. When is mathaya. That's how you would say when. All right. And then you have where. Where is ayah. All right. Where, to pronounce where, would be ayah. And to pronounce why would be mata y. And I always remember that y, Princess Tazara, because it got y in it. That's how I remember that. Mata y, that's how I remember why, because it got y in it. All right. Then it's another one, though, that's part of these, right? It's another one that another way you can say kind of one. So I want to go to that. We went over what's your name, my Shamka. You will answer that Shamya, that ya at the end, and then you will pronounce your name, right? You say Shalom Ya Tawab, Shalom Ya La Tawab if you're not doing well. And then we had this one. Do you remember this one, Princess Tazaran? Khasar. You remember Khasar? And what does Khasar mean? Aqua Therapy, you can help us well. What does Khasar mean? Khasar. Who knows what kasar mean? We got it right there on the screen. What does kasar mean?
Salakia. I remember the word. I just forgot the meaning.
So if you look at where right there in the middle, where it says, what about you, Aqua Tharapod? Do you remember what kasar means?
Sir.
All right. So if you look right down in that middle sentence, right, it says, "What is your want?" or "What do you want?" So what is ma? Kasar is want. So if I say ma kasar ka, I'm asking, what do you want? What is your want? Y'all remember that? That makes sense? So if I say ma kasar ka, that's asking what's your want. So if I ask you right now, Princess Tazara, ma kasar ka, or Salaki, ma kasar ka, what is your want? How would you respond? Candy. Starburst is your want right now. Most High Christ.
Yeah, Salakia, I just want to eat these.
Most High Christ. Most High. So you can say a call, you know what I'm saying, a call, because you want to eat. A call is to eat or devour. You want to eat. You want to devour those starbursts. Those starbursts right there. All right. If I was to ask you, Aqua Tharapal, Ma Kasar Ka, what would be your response?
So I can't even think right now. You say what up?
Now you got two examples on screen, right? So for Princess Tazara, she said Kasaria Starburst. She wanted, her want is Starburst, right? Now maybe you want a drink. The word for drink or water is mayam, right? Depending on what you drink. We just put water, but if it was strong drink, I think what's the word for strong drink? Is it shakar? I think is it strong drink. Wine is yun is wine. So maybe you want wine or you want strong drink. Yahweh Shema Bashim Yam Shai or maybe you just want food, right? Maybe you just want food.
So okay, yeah, go sit down somewhere.
So if you just wanted food, Aqua Tharapod, you could read, what's the last sentence say right there?
Shakar.
Kasarya.
Korsarya. Yum. Wait, my yum.
Okay, so that's the first one. So that would be Kasarya Mayam. That means I want drink or I want water. All right, y'all give her a hand for that. Most High Christ. And no sweat, Aqua Vazara Kai, you're in here. That's what's important. So again, so if you wanted water, you would say Kasarya Mayam. Right? If you wanted something to eat, you wanted food, you can say Kasarya Lacham. Right? That Lacham is that could be food, that could be bread. Right, that's another word for bread, right? And again, for water, we know water is mayam. Again, I know wine is yan is wine. Kasaya yan. Y'all can't have no wine. Aqua Tharapal might be able to have a shot. Princess Tazara, you can't have no wine yet. Side note, do y'all know that in the UK they made a law in the UK? I think it just passed that where if you are 21. If you're 21, now you can buy cigarettes, but if you're 20, you will never be able to buy cigarettes. They just passed the law where it's a wrap. After this is the last set of folks that's going to be able to buy them legal. After this, nobody else. And I give that a hand. Give that a hand. Hopefully that'll keep some of our folks. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Oh, go ahead, Prince Aqua Tharapal.
Nowadays, around my stores, they ask for ID IDs now, sir.
That's right. That's how it should be. That's a good thing. But yeah, and over in I want to say it's in the UK now. If you're not 21, you didn't miss your shot. You won't be smoking no squares legally. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought is good. And that's a lot of the crazy laws passing as well. But I just thought about that when we were going over this. All right. So kasar, this is how you would say your want or my want. And you're using the possessive adjective at the end for that Yah for my want. All right. And you can use that for anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're tired, you rest, you won't sleep, you want to rest. Kasaya Shabbat, you want to rest. You know, you want to go. Kasaya Yalak, I want to go. Just want to go. Kasaya Yalak. So this is another one that you can kind of use pretty often. Now that want can also be need, right? That want can also be need, and that's why I wanted to bring this up for our second sentence. All right, for our second sentence. All right. So I'm trying to think, what else did I have on here? We also have what's your tribe, my Shabbatka. We know that Shabbat Yah, Shabbat Yah, that Yah on the end, you can indicate whatever tribe your tribe is. All right. So yeah, I wonder, but the main reason I wanted to bring this up is for the Khasar. I might start. I think I'm gonna start using that word a little bit more. We do the Mashalamka. I think it's some stuff that we say pretty repetitive. I want to start using this a little bit more as well, asking like what you want and so forth. All right. So as everybody have Khasar now. So now with that, now we're gonna move on to these sentences, these two sentences that we have before we get to the scripture. So let me stop this. Aqua Fry, you right on time. Hopefully everything is to Wab with your folks. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything is to Wab with your folks. We're gonna go right to our sentences. Now I think I spaced them out where you won't see the answers. We're gonna see. All right, so the first sentence it's fairly easy sentence. It didn't have a possessive adjective. It didn't have I or we or you or they in it. So the fairly easy sentence than the first one. So we're gonna pull that up first. We're going to break it down. So the first sentence was keep the commandments and live. Keep the commandments and live. Now, Akwaf Ra'aya and Akwaf Tazarai had a couple of answers in there. And let's go over them. Akwaf Ra'aya wrote Shamar, Hamatazawa, Ha, Wakaya. Shamar Hamatazawaha Wakaya was her answer. And I think I saw an answer from Princess Tazara as well. And she had Shamar Hamatazawaha Wakaya. And then she had a Nakna with Shakawa, Adam Babakar Shakawar Bayaf. So we that's the second one. But so for that first one, everybody sticking with the answer before we go through it. Nah, you did great. You did it to Wild Job. Let's go ahead and put it up. You did it to Wild Job. It's only one thing that I'm gonna change on it when we go through it. So the first one is going to be Shamar, right? The first word was going to be Shamar, and that's going to be keep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and we're going to put it up in the blue letter. So let's pull that blue letter Bible up. That'd be a good way to go through it and see it. I'm also going to download a strong concordance that we're going to start using too when we in class. Just an online one. I was just trying to go through and find which one I want to use. So the first word we're going to go over is going to be that keep. What I'm going to do is just type keep in a search. You'll see I was looking on it earlier. Now what I'm using for anybody that's out there watching, you'll see in the chat Aqua Farah while you were gone. Oh no, you had put it in the chat. I thought that was Princess Tyler Ryder put it in the chat. Kasaya Starbus. I thought you had put it in the chat. What was that cry? She said she wanted some Starburst. I ain't had no Starburst in a minute. All right. So the first one of those. So what I'm using for anybody that's out there watching, this is the Blue Letter Bible online. Blue Letter Bible. We use this tool pretty often to pull up our words in the Hebrew. And to give you the strong concordance as well. Also give you different versions of the Bible. We go strictly with that King James version. That's going to be the closest thing to the translation. That's going to be what's called a word-for-word translation, which is why we use that King James Bible. We don't fool around with that New Living Testament and that new what's it called, New Version or NIV. Yeah, the NIV and none of that. Those are what's called thought-for-thought translations, or thought-for-word translations. So what that means is they read it. You know what? I think it's saying this. They'll read John 3:16 and say, you know what? This says that God loves everybody in the whole wide world. They'll read it and they'll apply what they think. Yep, Shakar. That's what I was thinking about earlier. Shakar. Kasaya Shakar. But that's strong drink. All right. So again, they'll read it and they'll give you what they think it says. King James, a black man, King of Scott, King of England, had 42 scholars translate the Bible from the Hebrew and from the Greek. He didn't write it himself, rewrite it himself. He had it translated from the Hebrew and the Greek. What's different now, and what it looks like it's starting to go back to, actually, you know that they say history repeats itself. And it looks like it's starting to get back to that point. Before, you had to be wealthy. You had to be wealthy or royalty or somebody in high regard to have books. The regular folks didn't have books. Regular people didn't have books, especially when it came to that Bible. So with that Bible, you were getting what somebody told you. You couldn't go in there and read it for yourself, and then even once it started to get out, it was wrote in the Greek or wrote, I think they have some in Latin, so in a language that you couldn't understand anyway, which left us very susceptible to whatever they said. Right nowadays, we just lazy. We don't read it for our damn self. It don't matter what it is. They got audible Bibles now. The Bible will read itself to you, and we still don't know what's inside the damn Bible now, which is sad. But that's just where we at. But before, you had to again be wealthy or royalty in order to have a Bible, right? So King James, again, seeing a manipulation from the Roman Catholic Church, which was one of his main enemies at that time, had it translated from the Hebrew and the Greek, put into the King's English, which was a common language at that time, and have it disseminated so people could actually read it for themselves. All right. So that's just a little backdrop. He was not a white man like they try to lie and say that he was. He was not a homosexual like they try to lie and say that he was. A lot of these things, these have been told and said to us to keep us from reading and knowing what's actually inside of that Bible. All right, so this is a Blue Letter Bible. Again, I have it set up for the King James Version. First word I put in there was king. All right, the first word, feel like it was keep. And so let me see, because mine is like huge. Let me see if let's make it bigger. All right, so first word I put up in there was keep. You'll see that word keep occurs 362 times in 354 verses. What's good about this, it'll show you where it's brought up. It'll give you the strong concordance with that word, and you can see where it was used and actually how it was used. And this kind of helps us when we're trying to construct sentences or find out what a word is or was and so forth. All right. So I'm gonna go with the first one. It says, then the Lord took the man, put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. That sounds like a good one. This is another one, to keep the way of the tree of life, to keep them alive. This sounds like the tense that I want to use it in, because we want to keep the commandments. Now, if I search hard enough, I can actually find that exact same wording of that scripture that I'm looking for. And I want to say that's going to be in Deuteronomy, if I'm not mistaken. If I scroll, let me see. If I keep on scrolling, maybe it's not. Yes, it is. It's on a different page, but I'll pull it up later. It's no biggie, because it actually says to keep the commandments, and that would have everything in it. But we're gonna go with let's just pick one and go with this one. So when I click on it. Actually, I want to click on the tools because I want to go to the interlinear. Mine is set up to automatically go to the interlinear. It's already set up to go to the forward inline. And now I just want to go down here where it says keep. All right, I want to go down here where it says keep. I'm going to find it somewhere and go water, y'all. How am I, yum?
Salakia, sir.
What you got, Aqua Fryer? Did I pass it?
If you're looking for the full term, it's in Deuteronomy 11:8.
Most High Christ, the water for that. Let's just go there then. That'll be easy. Then we have everything in one. Most High Christ. Let's just go there. That's how you got your sentence so fast. You done told on yourself. You done gave your secret up. You said Deuteronomy 11.
So like it's an 8.
And 8. Most High Christ. And you'll find this all throughout the Bible. You'll find this all throughout the Bible. Which is, again, is amazing to me that for some reason we believe that we can actually serve God and not keep these commandments when it's all throughout the Bible. And in fact, when we went over by Hashem in the name of Christ, the reputation of Christ, when he kept the law, statutes, and commandments. And we following this oppressor. We believe that we can not follow them and still be in accordance with what the Most High is saying. All right, so the first one is going to be, therefore shall ye keep. This is, and you will see that the root word of it is shamar. The root word of it is shamar. That's where we get that keep. When you see the wa, shamar, thumb, this is just making it, you see that wa for and or therefore, that shamar, which is going to be that root word, and that shall keep, that thumb is putting it in future tense. It's putting it in future tense when you see that thumb at the end of it again. So it's just conjugating that word, which is how you will break that down. What we're going to do is click on the actual strong concordance number. When you see it with that H, that's how you know it's in the Hebrew. If it has a G in front of it, what does it mean if it has a G in front of that word? Who knows? So if I was looking at this word, this number right here, it had a G 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. What would that mean about that word? Who knows? If this is H and it's in Hebrew, and that one's in G, what do you think that G stands for?
Salakia, sir.
What you got? I bet you're right.
I don't remember the language, but if you get over to the New Testament, it changes. It's not in the Hebrew anymore.
All right, you right. You got help in the chat. Aqua Vazara Kai's on. What she say?
Yeah, I was about to say Latin. Right.
It has that G in front of it. That just let you know that it's a Greek word, that a Greek origin. That's where that word is coming from. All right. Most High Christ. Great job with that. Great job with this. So I'm gonna click on it, and we're gonna see what this word means. Now with the blue letter, when I'm online, it actually opens up a new screen. So we're gonna go to that screen that it just opened up for shamar. All right, and this is how we're gonna get keep. So if I'm looking at shamar, you see how it's pronounced. You see now the pronunciation is probably going to be off because we read in the ancient Hebrew. This pronunciation is going to be for the Assyrian. All right, so the pronunciation is a good chance it's going to be off. It's a good guide that you can kind of go off of. But again, we go from the ancient Hebrew when we pronounce and reading the words. So we will pronounce that shamara or shamar. All right, or shamar. And if I scroll down, it's going to give you all the different instances where it was used as keep, as observe, as heed, keeper. It's also going to tell you what that word actually means. It means to keep, to guard, to observe, give heed. All right, keep, have charge of. So this word can be used in different ways. All right, it'll still be spelled the same. Conjugation might change a little bit depending on what it's used for. But these are the different meanings or the different the different uses for this word right here, keep, for shamar. All right, so it can be keep guard, keep watch, war, protect, save life. So when we saying those prayers again, all of those words actually mean something. Okay, this is also another good lesson as far as why it's very, very important to know the Hebrew. So when it's saying to keep, it says to watch and observe. Not just to read them, you know what I'm saying? Not just to read them, not just to know them. Everybody's sweating on, they know that. I know them 10 commandments, you know what I'm saying? But it's saying to watch, to reserve. It says to keep and retain. Retain means to never let it go. If you retain something, it also says to retain and treasure up. That's heavy right there. It says to treasure up. These laws should be like a treasure to us. You know what I'm saying? So again, by knowing this in the Hebrew, it gives you a deeper understanding or meaning of what the scriptures is actually saying. All right, it says keep within bounds, restrain. If we're going to restrain it, that means we're not going to change it. We're going to keep it just how it is. We're not going to switch it up and change it because now it's 2026, 2,000 years later. I know Jesus would be doing this by now. We got the FDA. They make sure all the meat is clean. We should be able to eat pork by now. No, it doesn't change. We retain that. We restrain that. We observe it. We celebrate. We don't switch up that word. All right. So the word we're going to use for that first part of that sentence would be keep. All right. Now the next one was we're going to go right back to that sentence that we were in. Get back to this screen. We're going to go right back to that sentence that we were in. And the next word is going to be the commandments. Now, this is where we have somewhat of a little discrepancy in the words, but that's all right. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. So let's go back to Deuteronomy and 11. where you see is now it says, therefore shall ye keep. Call is all, right? Call is just all. And then you have ha matasawa, which is the commandments. All right. And you'll see your root word down here is matazawa. So that root word is by itself for commandment is ma watas salaki ma tazawa. So let's click on it. Let's get to it. So all right, I'm gonna click on it, bring up a different screen, and then we're gonna close this one out and go to that one. So now when I did conjugation for matazawa, you'll see it in different ways depending on how it's used. First thing you got to know is that matazawa is a feminine word, right? It's a feminine word. And who remembers how we make feminine words plural? What would we add to a feminine word to make it plural? And if I scroll down, you see that word commandments is used 177 times. Commanded, law. Sometimes commandments is in that word laws in the place of commandments, ordinances. Go ahead, Aqua Fry.
Salakia, sir. We would use WAF at the end.
We would use WAF at the end. Give her a hand. So that's going to be the only thing really that I did different when I did this word is I put, instead of me putting matazawa, I put matazawaf as far as making that plural for commandments. Now it's not always used like that. You will see even in this sentence here, it's plural. It says keep the commandments, and it's still why. Here, go ahead, Aqua Fryer.
Salakia, sir. So would we still have the ha at the beginning of it because of the word the?
Yeah,
okay.
We still would have the ha at the beginning of it for the, but that's the only thing that I did difference when I show you the answer from mine. I just put that waf on the end to make that plural. And so again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong. You feel me? Again, that wouldn't necessarily mean that it's wrong. It's just the way that I wrote it and made it plural for mine. So it's matazawaf. All right. And again, so you'll see the different meanings for it. Commandment of men, the commandment. And you'll see even in here it's interchangeable as far as it being plural and single. You know what I'm saying? The commandment of, or a code of wisdom, matazawa, a commandment whether human or divine, collectively the law. So it can be used like that. When I say the law, I'm speaking about all the laws, right? So again, it can be used interchangeably like that. Again, I just put that waf on the end to make it plural. You see that it is a feminine word. This is how you can actually come back and see if the word is feminine or masculine and how you would conjugate it. All right. If you want to be very formal in the way that you're writing it or speaking it. All right. All right. Some of us are English scholars in here. I wasn't no English scholar in school. I was good at a lot of stuff, but English was not my forte. I would go to class to start up some stuff. I go in the debate. That's what I used to go to class for. But it was not for the English. I couldn't stand damn English. But I like Hebrew. I do like Hebrew. But it does, the stronger your English is as far as the foundations and the principles of English, the better it, the easier it is for you to kind of learn the different concepts as far as the Hebrew as well, if that makes sense. Aqua Rice, I never looked at that section before. Yeah, it's a lot in there. It's a lot in there. And again, the stronger you are as far as English, you'll learn the different, like the Nepal or the different tenses and stuff that it's supposed to be in, how it's used. You'll see how it's used as an adjective, how it's used as a verb. So this is what I call the officer Yerushalayim level studying right here. This is officer Yerushalayim level of studying at this point. You know, which is nothing wrong with it. It gives you a better understanding of that word and how to use it. So when I'm making them sentences and I want to know how to use it, I'm calling Officer Yerushalayim. This is what he already has retained. You know what I'm saying? He's already shamad in his head, and this is what he kind of directs me as far as me going. All right. So now we know our next word is going to be matazawaf. All right, matazawaf for commandments. That's keep the commandments, or slakia. Ha matazawaf. So that's how we're going to keep the commandments. And then it says, and. What's the word for and, Princess Tazara? What word do we use for and? You remember what word we use for and? Now you got it on your word, so I know you ain't just copy your mother stuff. I know you know what that word "and" mean because you wrote it in your answer. You'll hear us say sometimes we'll say what we say Yahweh Wah no Slakia Barakatah Yahweh Wah Yahweh Shai. So Barakatah, bless you, Yahweh, the Most High, Wah Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai. So what's that word we use for and?
Wah.
Most High, probably give her a hand. That's what I'm talking about. So now we have Shamar, Ha Matazawaf, Wa, live. So what's the word for live? Who remembers what the word for live is? This one I always think about Ike Turner and Sly Stone. What's the word for live? Who knows what that word for live is? Or do y'all want to pull it up? We can pull it up as well. They should be flipping through the note. What you got?
Who's Ike Turner? Ooh.
Ike Turner, you know what I'm saying, was a star. You know what I'm saying? He was a star on what rock and roll, like one of the forefathers of rock and roll and so forth. Now he's remembered for going upside Tina Turner head. He was her manager. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that story is as true as they try to make it out to be. But he was an entertainer from back in the day though. Yeah, he was entertaining. I done heard some stories about Tina Turner. They say she was off the chain. So I don't know if I believe all them stories about Ike. I think Ike was defending himself. But they make him look real bad in the movie. If you ever see the movie, they make him look real bad in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Which they do with a lot of us. Well, a lot of us. They did their best. They did their damnedest to make the black man look very terrible, and they succeeded. They succeeded over time. They did succeed over time. All right, but he had a necklace. Him, Sly Stone, a lot of them would wear a necklace, and it actually had life or living, or you know what I'm saying, the symbol. They would call that like the symbol for life on it in the Hebrew, which again is crazy because we're so detached from it now. Now it sounds foreign. Now they look at us when we on the corner teaching like niggas on there talking about the Hebrew, all stealing people culture, the Hebrew, but we knew it before. We knew it before. We were more in touch with it before. Captain Zip Tie is what we call him, but Captain Debar Mott, you know what I'm saying, out of Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? He's related to, you know what I'm saying, Harriet Tubman and them. And he would say how she knew that she was an Israelite. That was passed down to them. They knew they were Israelites. You know what I mean? So some of the culture was retained, or at least the knowledge of our identity was retained through some of us, not all of us, not the majority of us, through some of us. So that kaya, you saw that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You synced a lot of that. But kaya, and I done gave you the answer. Kaya is life or living. Actually, let's look at that one. I think that'd be a good one to look up though. Let's look at that one. Let's look at that one real quick. Let's look at life real quick. See if I can pull that up real quick. Let's look at life. Actually, it was in the same doggone one. I didn't even have to go nowhere else. I could have stayed right there where I was at. Let's stop this. Could have went right back to that same one that Deuteronomy 11 that Aqua Fry gave us. And that's always a good way to start too. If you can find a verse that kind of says exactly what you want or similar to what you want, you'll get the right tense, the right wording, the right conjugation, and so forth. So it says, why Shamartham Afkar Ha Matazawa. Do I say live this day? Okay, so this one just says just then be strong and possess the land. So it doesn't say live on this one. So that's cool. Let's get live. Let's get live. Or life. So if I pull it up here, live or life, moving creature that have life, that would be a good one. Wherein there is life, that won't be a good one. I would like Deuteronomy better. I'll tell you what. Perfect. Let's go there. So if I go to the interlinear for here, and I go to life or live. All right. So if I go to life or live, and I'll go right here. Kaya ya is the actual is for and live, but we're gonna pull it up and look at it. All right, you'll see it says Kaya It gives us a double yah in that one. This is like this is going to be like in the what is it, adverb, so it's describing it as to do it. So to live, have life, remain alive, to have life, to live, and this is where we would get kaya. I want to see where, here we go, that's where I want. So depending on the tense of it, I want to say, is it the tense or the way you use it is why we drop that ya. I want to say that they just put that ya on it just because of the Assyrian. That's why that extra ya is on that one, because it doesn't have a ha or anything on the end. So it would be pronounced kaya, like you see right there in the scriptures up here. So kaya, which is what you have, which is to life or live. And if I go to the actual meaning of it, you know, look, I'm just scrolling and there ain't nothing moving on the screen. Ain't nobody told me nothing. Y'all ain't told me nothing. I'm just scrolling, All right, so again, that's going to be to live, have life, continue in life, remain alive. All right, to sustain life, to live on or upon, to live prosperously. You notice that to live prosperously, we survive here in this kingdom. We don't live in this kingdom. We survive. That's all. All we do is survive. We survive. We make do with what we have, but we don't live prosperously. Even when we have a lot of money and wealth, we still don't live prosperous, because we still don't live lives that's prosperous to us. And it's because we don't keep these commandments. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the actual sentence that I have now, and then we're gonna go ahead and get through the other one. We spent a little bit more time on it than I probably should have, but that's all right. We're gonna get through it. So now let's go ahead and go back to this one. All right, so the sentence was keep the commandments and live, and that's going to be Shamar har matazawaf wa chaya. Shamar har matazawaf wa chaya. Princess Tazara, I'm gonna get you to read it for me one good time, so I know you know how to pronounce it correctly. You can pick that ancient or the Assyrian. I just want you to read the sentence for me. What you got? How would you say keep the commandments and live?
Shamar Hatim. Sorry.
You're right. It's what?
Shamar Hatimaza wa Kaya.
So Shamar Hamatazawaf Kaya. Oh, Slakia wa Kaya. So one more time so I can clap for you.
Shamar Hatimaza Waha.
Hamatazawaf.
Hamatazawaf.
There you go.
Wa Kaya.
Most high crush. Y'all give her a hand. And that's how you would say, keep the commandments and live. Keep the commandments and live. All right, so our next one that we have, the very next one that we had was, we need a black man in every black house. And the answers that I got from both of y'all were, let's go back up. Salaki, Yabashim Shabakatha, Officer Yabakar checking in, Most High Christ Salaki. I saw you, but I was rolling. I ain't even stopped to salute you, but appreciate you being in class. That's my nickname for Officer Yabakar's Quatazayan Many Waters. I'm gonna put up how you say that in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Many waters, because the scriptures talk about the voice of the Most High, the voice of Christ, like many waters. And when you hear that brother say them prayers, that brother be out there on that block blazing, and that's always I'm stuck with many waters. He got that voice that commandeers attention. Them damn devils be so mad when Officer Yabakar be up there teaching. They be walking by, face turned up, but they can't get away from the sound. You know what I'm saying? No microphone needed. That's my nigga there. No microphone needed. You feel me? So the water for you joining us tonight. The next sentence again was, we need a black man in every black house. Now, this is why I pulled up the question words so we can go back to kasar, right? Kasar. So what's the first word in this? How do we say we? You can tell me how we say we. And actually, I'll go right back to y'all to what y'all wrote down. So Princess Tazara got a knock nawa, right? A knock-nower. So a knock-nower would be we, right? A knock-nower would be we. And then she got Shaka War. What's Shaka War, Princess Tazara? What word is that? What word is that? Sound like a color.
Black.
It's black. You're right. It's black. Now we got to put that need in there. And the word that we have for need is going to be kasar, right? It's going to be kasar. Kasar will be how is going to be the word for need. Now, with that being the word for need, right? Remember, we're going to have to conjugate that. We're going to have to conjugate that kasar, right? Because of the knock now. So that's going to be something. Go ahead, Princess Mariah.
So like I said, Sister Debar wanted me to let you know she was working later on in slavery. So
all right, Most High Christ. She to Most High Christ. She to There's no sweat. When you have perfect attendance, ain't nobody worried when you ain't there. You know what I'm saying? We know it's something going on. So that's all right. That is all right. But yeah, so the word for knee is going to be kasar, and you will find when I pull up my answer, I did conjugate that kasar with knock now. Anybody remember how you conjugate that word for a knock now before we pull it up? And then the next word is going to be a black man, right? Put this up for you. Anybody remember how do you conjugate that? How do you conjugate that? Who knows? Who remembers?
So lucky, sir.
What you got?
So, are we speaking in as far as the tense, like whether it's present tense or?
Yeah, and it would be and it's wrote in present tense. So you are absolutely correct. It would be in the present tense.
Okay, past tense, present tense, and not lower. It's gonna be the we. So lucky, sir.
What you got?
So be the Anaknawa Sha. Wait, hold on. We. So the need, and the need was
kasar.
Kasar. So it'd be Anaknawa Kawa Sar Yum.
Most signs right. Give a hand. Now, that was 100% right there. Well, because you're conjugating that we in the present tense, you're going to add a wa in between the first and second syllable. So that would be in between the ka and the sa. So it would be ka wasar. And then we're going to add a yum at the end. And this is only because, again, this is the naknawa that we're conjugating. You did that one perfectly. Did that perfectly. All right. Now, the next one. The next one is both of y'all put Adam in there for man. Now, I didn't use Adam in there for man because in most cases when it's talking about Adam, it's specific to Adam. Not all cases, especially when you're reading in that Old Testament, it doesn't really switch it up, especially in the beginning in Genesis. It doesn't switch it up in it. So you'll read Adam. Each time it's talking about man. Even when it switches over to specifically starting to talk about Adam, it's not until later on where you'll get the other word for man. Who knows what the other word for man is? Who knows? And let's pull it up. Let's go ahead and just pull it on up. Let's pull it up. I'm gonna take your comment off. Let's pull it up and let's see. Because you have a word for wife and you have a word for husband, and that's the other word that we were looking for is going to be husband is how you can find it. So go ahead, Aqua Price.
I mean, I got husband, but it just said me.
No, I got you.
So that would be Oh,
no, you did fine. You did. It's going to be a yash. It's going to be a yash. So when we go ahead.
I'm so sorry. So how am I supposed to know if I'm using man or husband?
I'm finna show you right now.
Okay, my bad.
So when we're no, you're fine. So because again, when it's talking about Adam, it's kind of specific, right? It's kind of specific. In the beginning, it's talking about that people in the beginning. Then it's talking about Adam specifically when he got the breath of life, and then he became Adam, right? It's specifically talking about him. The rest of the people weren't named all that at that time. Adam was special, right? But when it's talking about when we go through the definition of husband or a yash, if you go through the definition, the first definition you get of it is going to be man. So when it's talking about man and woman, right? When it's talking about man and woman, it's going to say a yash. It'll say a yash. Then it'll say woman with it as well. So this is why we use a yash as far as just speaking about man in general. So if I'm just talking about man in general, I'm going to say a yash for men or for man. If it's men, I'll say a yashim. You see, it means go ahead.
So I don't use Adam. I mean Adam. I'm sorry, Slaki.
No, you wouldn't use that. You would use a yash if you're speaking about men or man in particular. You would use a yash.
So Salaki, sir.
What you got?
Why y'all got me putting it in my notes?
Just so that you would know it. It's again, we got multiple words that mean, the same thing. In the beginning when we're going through Genesis, especially now because that's what we've been reading. Like in the very beginning. So that's what it says until we get to what I want to say until we get to is it Leviticus? Hold on, where is it at? Until we get to actually, is it in Genesis? I want to say it's in Genesis as well. Yeah, until we get to like the second chapter in Genesis, that's when it starts. That's when it switches up. So in the beginning, it's saying Adam as far as man because man was created from the dust of the ground. But you want to use a yash when you're talking about man, unless you're specifically talking about Adam.
So Salakia said,
what you got?
So in my notes, it would be best for me to switch this to Ayash, and then just leave Adam out of it because that's a name.
I wouldn't necessarily take it all the way out, but I definitely would add it in there. I wouldn't take it out though. I mean, but if it's better for you to understand it than to take it out, then you could. That'd be fine. That'd be too much.
That would be I'm gonna make note that you told me to take that out. Got it.
That's all right. All right. So a yash would be again. I'm gonna now go through the definitions again. Man, male, husband, human being, person. So even when it's saying man or mankind, it's using that a yash. Servant and so forth. All right, so we will use a yash for that. It's Salakia. Let's read this. A yash being husband and man is spiritual. It proves sex is marriage. When a woman is with a man, she says that's my man, but really it's her husband. That's perfect. Right on time. I don't want the water for that. So that makes it make that much more sense. All right, and that actually makes a ton of sense because we don't look at it in that way now. That's why we don't refer to them as a husband and a wife. And if you would take what Ottawa just gave us, you would know as soon as you lay down with that person, that's going to be your husband. That's going to be your wife. So the water for that Ottawa. Right on time. I told you I'll be straight. I'll be good. I don't be worried about nothing. Most side price. The water for that Ottawa. All right. The water for that. All right. So let me take this off screen now. So now let's go back to our sentence. Where we at? We at right at 9. So let's go right back to our sentence and go ahead and wrap that one on up so we can get to the scriptures. Let me see what we at. Right here. All right, so now a knock now, and then we will have a knock now Kal Wasar. We need a Yash, Shakar, black man. You both of y'all had it correct when y'all put Bakar, call meaning all, ba in, so in all, Bakar. I think y'all put Bob Buckall, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back and make sure. I thought I saw Bob Buckall in there.
So
what'd you get?
I did Baba Call because I used the blue letter and searched the word every, and it gave me Bakal.
Okay, and even when you're looking at for every, it'll break down to in all. So that's why we give you that, but you wouldn't need both of them. So you could do just ba or bakal or in all, and that would be the same as every. All right. So a knocknower, ka wasarium, a yash bakar, and now it's in bakar bayath shakar or shakar bayath, or every black house or black. Actually, it would be bayath shakar salaki because
Salaki, super
no,
sorry. So I didn't switch it there because it said black house, but I looked at that as it speaking to the culture of the house, but the house wasn't a black in color house.
No, I got you. I understand. We would understand it if you were to say it, but that verb that's describing that house, that shakar would go at the. But we will put that in it. The way I did it, I did put it at the end of it though.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll have, you'll see on the screen, we have a Naknawa, Kawasaryam, a Yash Shakar, a black man, again, that verb on the end, Bakar, Bayaf Shakar, black house. So we need a black man in every black house. All right. But y'all did a great job on that. Give yourselves a hand. Again, we're going to start using that kasar a little bit more as far as need. We do have the word for want or why, but that kasar is more like a need or want. So I definitely think that's one we want to start using more as well for our sentences. And from there, right, it's right at 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and try to get a scripture in real quick before we get up out of here. It's 9 o'clock. Y'all doing great. We're going to start tonight at Numbers. I got to say Lashawan Qadash tonight, Aquafry at Numbers. I said it was Sabbath service last week. We had 2 Sabbath services, 2 Abadah Shabbos. But it's going to be, we're going to start at Numbers chapter 31 and verse 41. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Again, but tonight I just wanted to kind of show you how you can go through and make those words and find those words to put your sentences and so forth together, and a good way for you to study and go through the Strongs to see just the different meanings behind that word, what that word is actually meaning, or what that scripture is actually saying. You know, so it's going to be always deeper than what they put on the surface of it. We haven't been taught to think deep or think intrusive like that. We don't do that anymore. And that's our language. That's how we are. We say I'm going to the crib. It's a lot that's in that little small sentence right there. It's a lot that's in that. If you think about a baby in the crib, that's the safe haven. That's your safe place. That's your home. You know what I mean? But it's also a lot of what we say, even if we don't even realize what we're saying. And that's our culture. So I'm gonna close these out, and we're gonna go to Numbers. Let's see what we got. We're going to go to Numbers 31. And we're right at 9:04, so we're not that far behind. We're actually right on time. We get out of here in about the next 10 minutes, which is as fast as y'all read, probably about the next 5 minutes, as fast as y'all read it. So we're going to be at Numbers, starting at verse 31. No, chapter 31, verse 41. Salakia. All right. Any volunteers for 31? Or y'all want me just to go ahead and pick somebody real quick?
So yeah, I'll do it.
All right, Most High Christ, what you got? I'm gonna have you do 31. Aqua Thara, you do 32. Aqua Fry, have you wrap it on up with 33. All right, go ahead. What you got?
What I saying? 31, 32.
Nah, we're just gonna do one tonight. We're a little bit over on the time, so we'll just do one tonight.
Is that too hard? Why is mommy saying 4 at once?
I don't know. Y'all want to do 4? Y'all want to do 4 of them?
Salaki. It's verse 41.
41, Salaki. That's what she's saying. No. Okay, yeah, 41. Salaki. All right, so 31 and 41. Princess Tazara is going to set it off for us. What you got?
Why your son?
Okay.
Masha. Af. Maka. Tharawamath, Yahweh, La Izar, Ha Kahan, Ka Ashar, Tazawaha, Yahweh, Av, Masha'a.
Most High Christ. Give her a hand. Maybe I should have did 4 of them. Fast as that was. Maybe we should have did 4 of them. Fast as Princess Tazara read that. Most High Christ, you did a great job on it. This is Numbers chapter 31 and verse 41. And Moses gave the tribute, which was the Lord's heave offering, unto Eleazar the priest, as the Lord commanded Moses. All right, this again, and we know by now at this point we in Numbers, the Most High relayed everything through Moses. Moses related to the people. All right, which is the way it's supposed to be, which is the way it should be. I don't know if y'all heard today, but UFOs is real. Trump released the files. Trump released the UFO files. I did a video right before class started. I'm gonna do another one, a little bit more detail with some of the actual videos that they released. Now, I'm not saying believe anything these damn people say, but we know about UFOs from these scriptures. We've been talking about it since 1969. That's the way that Christ ascended, and that's the way he left, how he's supposed to be coming back. All right. But again, Most High relayed everything through Moses. This is how we know what we know, the knowledge that we know. And if we was listening to the UPK and listening to these scriptures, wouldn't been no surprise to us. All right. So again, that's going to be a common thing all throughout the Bible. If God is speaking to you, you might want to go get a little help. If you feel like God is talking to you every morning, you might want to go talk to somebody. You can call the UPK. We do counseling. You know what I'm saying? We do counseling. As long as you Black, Latino, or Native Indigenous, go ahead and give us a call. We will help you right on out with that. Walk you right on through it and let you know God ain't talking to you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Aqua Thara Pa'a, you are up. You are up whenever you're ready.
Making good progress.
Is I'm saying that correctly?
You started all right. Why?
Why? I am my.
Yep. Why my?
Why my? How's it tie?
Ma Kataza Yaf.
Why my tie?
So why my?
Why my?
Ma Kataza Yaf.
Kataza Math.
You got it, Ma. Kataza.
Taza.
Ma Kataza.
Why my Taza.
Say it with me. Kataza. Say Ma.
My
Kataza.
Taza.
Yaf.
Yeah.
Most High Christ. Now what you got next? Children. That's easy.
Bana.
Banya. I know you know Israel.
Yeah. Ooh. Yaza.
Yasha Allah. There you go.
Hello. Ashar.
Okay.
Asa.
Tazaha.
Tazaha. Hello. Hello. Okay. Masha.
There you go.
Man.
Yep.
Wa. Hana. Ashim.
Yep. And see, this is another example of men. Also, Aqua Farai, when one of you get back on screen, I'll get another example of that man or husband. It says that's where you get another example of that Ayash. So it's Ha Anashim.
Wa Anashim.
Most High Christ.
Wa Sha.
So Ha Tazaba'ayim.
Ha Tazabat. Oh, I keep getting my words mixed up.
Okay. Ha Tazaba'ayim.
What? Ha taza bayam.
Ba'ayim.
Bayam.
There you go. Got a little extra R up in there. Most High Christ. Y'all give her a hand. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. And this is Numbers chapter 31, verse 42. And of the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men that warred. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to have Aqua Farai read Numbers chapter 31 and verse 43. She stepped away for a second, so we'll wait till she gets back. We're going to have her read Numbers chapter 31, verse 43.
So like, come here, sir.
You do your thing. That's a nice color back there. That's something for Officer Matazar Clark. He get all the special colors. He gets all the special colors and stuff. You know, but it's okay though. It's all right. As long as one of us got it, I'm happy.
So lucky, sir. Ready?
All right, whenever you're ready.
Wa the haya.
Yep.
Mahataza.
Makatazaha.
Makataza.
There you go.
Ha Ida.
Ha
Ida.
Yep.
Man ha taza an.
You actually said it. Yep.
Oh, that mistake.
Yep. Ha taza an. You actually said it.
Ha taza an. Shalash.
There you go.
Ma'awath.
Yep.
Alap.
Yep.
Wa'alashyam.
Washalashyam.
Washalashyam.
Most High Christ.
Alap.
Yep.
Shaba'ith.
Yep.
Alapyam.
Yep.
Wa Kamash.
A whole bunch of numbers in this one. Yep.
Yeah. Ma'awath.
My wife, yep, you got it. You got it. Most High Christ.
Right one.
that numbers training comes in handy. That numbers has a whole bunch of numbers in that. Most High Christ. We're gonna read it in the English. This is Numbers chapter 31, verse 43. Now the half that pertained unto the congregation was 300,000 and 30,000 and 7,500 sheep. So if we was what number is that? 300,000. So 337,050 sheep. 330. Hold on, 300. I'm gonna have to write this out. 300,000, 30,000, 7,000. Okay, 337,500 sheep. There you go. That's how many it was. That's how many it was. Most High Christ. Y'all give it a hand. Almost harder to read in English as it was in the Hebrew. All right, y'all did a great job. They're going to take that off screen. We're going to take that off screen. All right, Aqua Thara Pa'a, you Tawab tonight. We appreciate you coming to class. You did a great job. All right. Princess Tazarai. What kind of Starburst was those?
The mini kind. There's strawberry, cherry, orange, and lemon.
All right, most High Christ. I ain't had no Starburst in a minute. You did a good job tonight. You excited about tomorrow? What time does everything start?
7.
7? Okay, most High Christ. All right, well, look, I hope you have a very good time tomorrow. Again, we're very, very, very proud of you and the water for you coming to class. Aqua Thara Pa'a, we appreciate you coming to class tonight. You doing all right tonight?
Tawab, sir. I'm glad I got rid of this cold I got since last
Yeah,
week.
you sound a lot clearer. You sound a lot clearer this week. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. With the water for you coming to class, we appreciate you coming. Aqua for Aya, how are you doing?
Salaki, sir. I am Tawab. This is an excellent class. I enjoyed the sentences. Took us a little while, but we got.
Yeah, it did, but we got through it. We got through it. It wasn't too. They weren't too terrible long, but I did want to go through and kind of break them down.
Mm-hmm.
Show everybody that Strong's is located inside the Blue Letter Bible. Again, just to give you a little bit more in-depth training on it. You know.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
I didn't use my notes. I just used the Blue Letter Bible to try to walk through it. So that was
right. That's all
a
right.
test for myself. So
That's all right. That's all right. Again, if y'all did a great job as usual. Y'all did a great job. I'm going to get you off screen so y'all can continue the rest of your night. Get ready. I know y'all got a big night tomorrow. Again, so the water for everybody joining tonight. Give yourselves a hand. The water for everybody in the chat. Aqua for Zaraka for participating in the chat. She always participates in the chat. And you make sure you let Aqua off the bar know. Y'all held it down for. You know what I'm saying? Y'all held it down for. All right, I'm going to get y'all off screen. The water. All right, and if you was out there tuning in, this is the Lashawan Qadash. Again, we come together every Friday to go over the Lashawan Qadash. There is a brother out of Texas that actually does the Lashawan Qadash in Espanol. So if you want, if you speak Spanish and you want to learn that as well, that's off of the is it San Antonio? Yes, the San Antonio channel. So if I see it up, I would definitely put it inside of the chat for the on the Virginia Facebook page. If I see it, I'll share so y'all will be able to get to it. Y'all did a great job. Make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe to the videos, the comments in the videos. The Most High is shaking this place up. The Most High is shaking this place up. They were saying we was in the ceasefire. Well, guess what? They got the busting at each other again officially, which means they've been doing it, but now it's official. I think they shot a couple one of the destroyers up. One of the American drones got shot out the sky. So it's back on and popping. All over again, it's back on and popping. I think it's a lot worse than what they're saying. Trump said that UFOs is real. And black people, your vote don't matter no more. I mean, every day is major things happening. So again, y'all make sure y'all watch the videos, share the videos, comment, like, and so forth. Y'all keep on coming to class. Share these videos. What's beautiful about this time for us, the Lord tells us not to be worried, right? Well, it's a lot of our people not in here with us, so they're going to be worried. They had faith in that voting. That voting is gone now. They have faith in that church. That church that's on its way out the door now. You know what I'm saying? They have faith in their stars and entertainers and everything else. And the Lord is just bringing all of that down. So as that goes away, they're going to start looking for answers. You share these videos. They're going to see you cool, calm, and collecting. Like, well, they ain't worried. You know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all share these videos. Again, the water for everybody that joined us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get these security announcements and get y'all up out of here. The water to you, Officer Urash Moth, the water out of one, always holding us down. You know what I'm saying? We damn sure appreciate y'all the ones at the water. I'm gonna go ahead and get these scriptures. And like I said, that breakdown, I remember you giving us that breakdown before once you started to say it. It makes so much sense. We associate our men and our women separately, and that's just not something that we did before. You lay down with that man, that was your husband. You lay down with your with that husband, that was your wife, and that's how we viewed one another. And we've gotten away from that, following this oppressor. Yeah, I'm looking rough. I'm looking a little rough tonight. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right though. That's all right. That's all right. Hopefully next week, if I teach next week, I have something done to it. Hopefully, I'm gonna definitely try to have something done before I get to Princess Tazarah graduation party. I'm trying not to come to embarrass nobody. So I'm gonna try to have it done by the time I get to the graduation party. Again, shout out to that sister. We are very, very, very proud of you. Very proud of you. That's not an easy feat to get through high school, especially nowadays. It's not an easy thing to get through high school nowadays. Kids are terribly cruel and mean. The teachers don't want to halfway teach you nothing. So when you're there and you're actually trying to apply yourself and do something, that can be very difficult. So we are very proud of you for towing the line and getting through, and also always in class. Get out of hand. Always in class. History class. Lashawan Qadash, brotherhood class, scripture breakdown class. Always in class doing her thing. So we are very, very, very proud of you. And hey, you know, I know you got nothing but great things looking. You're getting ready to do. Hopefully the Lord will get us up out of here very soon. That'd be a nice little graduation gift. The Lord take us out of here same damn time. Most High Christ. You know what I'm saying? And damn right, Aqua for Rise say we excited to have our family. Most High Christ. So yep. So let me get these. I'm get the announcements so we can get on up out of here for tonight. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. Since 1969, we have been teaching the truth of this Bible, that blacks, Latinos, and Native Indigenous people are God's chosen people, and that the white man, the oppressor, the colonizer, is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. We are not affiliated with any Christian organization. We're not affiliated with no Black Panthers. And we damn sure not affiliated with any fake Israelite group. If it is not the Israelite School and Universal Practical Knowledge, it is not the truth. I don't even know why they run around talking about they in the truth. They in the truth. No, nigga, you was in a club. You're not in the truth. You was in a club. You was in a Christian outreach club. That's what you in. We're friends. That's what you in. You ain't in the truth if you're not in the ISUPK. So lock it. Rule for new brothers and sisters when they come to school, they're off limits for a year. Y'all to be saluted only. They here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High give you. You want to give to the Treasury Department of the teacher, you can go to right to ISUPK.com to pay your tithes or donation. You can hit that little QR code in the top right-hand corner. Go to our WhatsApp page. It'll direct you. You know what I'm saying? You can go to our link tree and it'll direct you there as well. It also direct you to our other social media pages, but pay your tithes. Don't lie to yourself and tell yourself you're in the truth and you're serving the Most High and you're following crap, but you ain't paying no damn tithe. Pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. There's also a priest fund. That's a free will offering. Anything that you want to give is not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we're inside the Feast of First Fruits right now. That'll be done in a couple of weeks. Just stay tuned to the school again, the social media platforms until any announcements that we make, so you'll know how we're going to close that out. All right. And for your information, that's four Sabbaths in a day, 50 days. All right. Any brother wants to be a trooper. You want to get in here and get this work. You want to be a trooper. You want to be an officer. You want to get in here and do what you see us do. You want to get in all black. You want to be in all black boots, shirts, headbands, war scarf. Come in here ready to go to war. Ready to con, out of one con. All right, sisters, y'all can't be troopers, but we need you, and we definitely need you. You can definitely be a part of this school. Everything starts with you calling that number 757-550-1204, the Water Aqua Faraya. We have history class every Monday, 7 p.m. Brotherhood class every Tuesday. Scripture breakdown class Wednesday here on the Virginia channel. Thursday on the headquarters channel. On Friday, we in here for Lashawan Qadash. On Saturday, I'm running videos of us beating people up at camp. I'm running those all day on Saturday of us getting it in on camp. And on Sunday evening at 7 p.m., we do chop and cut on the Norfolk channel. On the Norfolk channel, we do chop and cut, where we come in and we chop it up, cut it up, go through different news events throughout the week, current events or whatever throughout the week, and we chop and cut it up on Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on the Norfolk channel. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up there. Everybody is welcome. Y'all come in, join. You know what I'm saying? Come in. You can get on stage if you got anything to say or so forth. We're working on having a number, actually, a call-in number. So if you don't want to get on screen, you'll still be able to call in and contribute to the show. So again, the water for that. Aqua Faraya. Again, we out there. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Again, if you need any counseling, any help, or anything inside of this Virginia area, that number is 757-550-1204, 757-550-1204. We'll give a courtesy salute to all the brothers, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Baraka Thumb, to all the brothers, all the Akim that's out there, and to all the Akwafian, Yahweh Shema Alathan Bashim Yahweh Shah, to all the Akwafian, all the sisters, and Shalom Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel And also, please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're